Hello, I'm Mike Mahaffey, one of the team leaders here at North Carolina State University with Cru. I want to welcome you to a little bit of the history of what's going on here. Campus Crusade for Christ was started in 1951, but it came here in 1970 under the leadership of Ricky Mill. And we want to just share a little bit of what's gone on since then. In 1981, my wife Sharon and I arrived at North Carolina State. We had about 30 students meeting in Harrelson Hall, which sits in this bare spot. It was a round building, about 5 stories tall, and we met there about 10 years, from 81 to 85. We were so small you could swing a dead cat and hit everybody in the room. Here we are in room 104, Carmichael Auditorium, where we met from 1985 to 1997. And in 1994, Todd Smith came to join us and was a part of our ministry.
My name's Todd Smith, and I arrived here in 1994 with Mike Mahaffey and his team. And when I got here, there was about 100 people coming, filling this room up. But by 1997, we were busting at the seams. There were students sitting in the aisles, on tables, all around. We were going to have to find a new place to go.
Here we are in front of Withers Hall. In Carmichael, we had 250 overflowing the seats. Withers seats 320. We thought, man, we've come home. We will never have to move again. We had over 400 come to our first meeting, and it was overflowing even here. In 1998-99 year, we overflowed Withers, and Todd and I got to talking about what's the largest classroom on campus. It's Nelson Auditorium. Seats 480 students. We moved here in the very first meeting. We had 600 packing in this place, and we made it work that year. Well, after Nelson Hall, we knew we had to move again, so Todd figured, well, let's move into Stewart Theater. So we met in there the first 2 meetings, and we had over 1,000 people come. We had to have 200 student leaders leave and pray outside of Stewart Theater. So I went and checked on the track and Reynolds to see if we could possibly use those, and God just opened those doors. So 99 to 2000, we moved into Reynolds Coliseum. It was just amazing how God worked. In fact, I remember praying back in the 80s, God, someday let us meet in Reynolds Coliseum. When we moved into Reynolds in 99-2000, I sent that picture back to some of those staff who used to laugh and think we were crazy to pray that way, and they just began to weep that we actually did move into Reynolds. God is so good to have placed us here for 10 years.
Not only has God been faithful to provide venues for us to meet in, He's also moved in the lives of a lot of students. I can remember one time here in Reynolds when we were meeting that guy Clayton King came and shared the gospel, and I can remember counting over 75 hands of people who had indicated decisions for Christ. And another time, David Thompson, one of the greats from the NCAA championship teams, came. He shared the gospel, and again we saw over 30 people come to Christ that night. God has used this location to raise up laborers to take the gospel around the world.
I've been on staff with Cru 40 years now. Why am I still involved in the campus ministry? I believe college students are the most strategic audience to reach. They are free with their lives to go anywhere, do anything. They're not tied down to a job, a home, a family yet, and they are free to go any place in the world to share the good news of Jesus Christ.
And I too came to Christ as a freshman in college many years ago, and God has given me a heart to see students raised up and to take the gospel around the world.
God has been faithful. We're so excited with what He's done. We're even more excited about what He's going to do. I believe the best is yet to come as we pray for revival and awakening to hit our college campus and to explode in the years to come.